Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this October the 6th, 2023. I'm hoping everybody's having a great Friday out there so far. Hope everybody has a great Friday afternoon. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at all the tracks of the 2023 Hurricane Atlantic hurricane season so far this year. You can see here we got several tracks across the tropical Atlantic. Also, we're going to be talking about the remnant. Well, in the next graphic, we'll be talking about the wide range of tropics and also what's happening across portions of the lower 48. Then we'll take a look at the remnants of Philippe, which is now a post-tropical cyclone over the north central tropical Atlantic, but still had winds of 60 miles per hour. Also, we're going to take a look at the watch it warning advisory map for your locating across the nation. And also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook just for today, as we have a marginal risk of severe weather up around the Michigan region of the United States. But that's pretty much about it across the board. The other 2 days, just a few general thunderstorms, just a few pockets here and there. I'm not even going to worry about showing that. But anyway, if you're a new viewer and have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and consider subscribing. Love to have you. Like these videos, share these videos, and consider subscribing once again if you have not. Alright, let's go ahead and get the show on the road here, folks. And we're going to start taking a look at some of the forecast tracks over the tropical Atlantic over the past few months here since hurricane season has begun. Alright. We had one unnamed storm that was between January 16th and 17th earlier this year. That was just a unnamed storm, pretty much located right here, and just kind of drifted over here and just kind of dissipated. That was number one went up into. As you can see here, it kind of shows the category of when it became a major hurricane to a hurricane or just a tropical storm. You can see that we had several storms, 17 named storms. The next storm we'll be watching is Sean. Something will develop. We'll show that in a minute. But as you can see here, major hurricane was in the pink. You can see Adelia was a major hurricane when it made landfall in portion of Florida. You can see here was Franklin when it went that away as a major hurricane as well. Lee, same thing. And then the rest of them were just kind of mainly tropical depressions, tropical storms, you know, pretty much. But here's the list of names. All the way went from 1 all the way to 18 named storm. You know, well, 18. Well, it is 18 named storm because 1 was unnamed. But really 17 really named storm through the 2023 Hurricane Atlantic hurricane season so far this year. We're still not done with it yet. I'm going to be watching something in the Gulf of Mexico maybe sometime later next week. Something could spin up there or either in the northwestern Caribbean Sea. Something we'll keep an eye on. Also something off the southeast coast may develop as well because we're getting near the in the hurricane season. And hurricane season runs from January the 1st. June 1st, excuse me. I'm getting my months mixed up there, but June 1st through November the 30th. That's when hurricane season runs. So that's when to expect the main hurricane. The peak hurricane season is around September the 10th. You can see we're on the downward side. The side is going downhill now. So just want to give everybody a heads up on that. Alright, well, let's take a look at the satellite loop. That was your look at the tropics so far this year. It was a very busy tropical Atlantic season across the tropical Atlantic. As you can see here's Philippe spinning right here. Half of his moisture is going out to sea. The remnants of the portion of the storm is moving to the north. So anybody in the northeastern United States may get affected by this storm, but also a cold front will come in and it will pull Philippe back in over a portion of the northeast U.S. With some gusty winds, some heavy rainfall, and maybe some tornadic activity over a portion of Maine, maybe into Nova Scotia as that system makes landfall. Here's another cold front little upper level low spinning over the northern portion of the tropical Atlantic with a cold front extending southward. Here's a tropical wave here. The National Hurricane Center needs to watch this one as well. This is the one that the National Hurricane Center gives about a 50% chance of development over the next 7 days as it continues to push on off in the tropical Atlantic. That's why I'm expecting this storm here maybe to become Sean later on down the road. Soon as it moves over the coastal waters, I figured they will start issuing kind of advisories like we've been posting, you know, with 99L or 92L or something like that. We'll be probably be 92L because we just had 91L, which was Philippe. Probably be 92L, probably be the next one. They'll issue advisories on there. As you can see here, we got a cold front standing from the portion of southeast Canada through the Carolinas all the way back down into northern Mexico. All of this activity pushing on off to the east. A little upper level system moving through portions of the upper Great Lakes region. Will continue to push on off into Canada. We got Tropical Storm Lydia over in the Eastern Pacific. I would not be surprised this little system here maybe become a tropical storm as well. And just some scattered activity elsewhere across the tropical Atlantic. Alright, now let's move on to Philippe. As you can see, it's split into two different sections. The center of rotation pretty much here. Part of the system going that way, part of the system moving off to the north. So it kind of split. So that's why the National Hurricane Center has dropped it down to a post-tropical cyclone, because they do not have a center of circulation no more on Philippe. So that's why it's just a post-tropical cyclone right now at this time. What a post-tropical cyclone is that it still has a little bit of tropical characteristics, but the main center of circulation has collapsed, and there's no longer a circulation, so it just becomes a post-tropical cyclone. Alright, you can see here 11 a.m. this morning, there's the big wind field approaching Bermuda. They dropped the tropical storm warnings for you guys because, like I said, it's just a post-tropical cyclone. They're not even going to issue no more warnings or advisories for this storm, as it's just a post-tropical cyclone. It would locate in their latitude 30.7 north, longitude 64.6 west. Maximum sustained winds are 50 miles an hour with higher gusts, and moving it to the north-northeast at 16 miles an hour. Still classified as tropical storm with winds of 39 to 73 miles per hour. And the track continues to push on off into southeast and eastern Canada at around 8 p.m. Sunday evening in that region. Alright, we're going to take a look at the spaghetti-o models here. Alright, you can see here the center of the storm, well compacted, moving it back to the west-northwest. There's about 3 or 4 or 5 models takes it into Nova Scotia, but the rest of them takes it into Maine, maybe over toward Vermont region. So that's why the National Hurricane Center is sending it this way. So we're still expecting it to go into somewhere around Maine, back down toward the Rhode Island region, or the Cape Cod area of that region. Alright, the intensity guidance of this system, as you can see, it's got 45 knot winds, 50 miles per hour, still keeps it a tropical storm, and then drops it well off into a tropical depression over the next 48 to 60 hours ahead. So we can say goodbye to Philippe very, very soon. Like I said, they'll quit issuing. This is a post-tropical cyclone, so it will not be, probably won't be too many more issuance on this system, but anybody in the northeastern United States needs to be on the lookout for this system. Alright, as you can see here, we got gale warnings and storm warnings in the tropical Atlantic. Also right here from Maine all the way from, let's see, Maine, from southeast Maine, all the way down to the Outer Banks of North Carolina, just northeast of Wilmington, North Carolina. Also, we have gale warnings also in effect for the Panhandle, Florida, all the way back down into the western Gulf of Mexico. We have some heat advisories over here along coastal areas of California. We got red flag warnings for central Louisiana, central and southern Louisiana, central and southern Mississippi. central southern Alabama, portions of Panhandle, Florida. Also, we have a fire weather watch also in effect for the Panhandle, Florida as well, all the way into portions of central and eastern Georgia. Would not be surprised to see this upgraded to a red flag warning. Also across the Carolinas, they may have to issue a fire weather watch or some special weather statements for our region here in South Carolina, because on a gusty northwest wind and low relative humidity is the recipe for wildfire development. Alright, we got a lot of freeze warnings in effect for North Dakota, Montana, also portions of Wyoming, also into South Dakota, back into portions of Nebraska, all the way into Kansas as well, and also eastern Colorado. Also, we have frost advisory for eastern Colorado, much of portions of Kansas, western Missouri, western Iowa, all the way into portions of Minnesota. We have some freeze watches in effect for northwestern Minnesota, central Minnesota as well, and also central and western portions of Wyoming as well. We got some gale warnings also in effect for you guys along portions of the Canadian Michigan border as well. This is a very cold air mass. Like I said, a lot of frost and freeze. I would not be surprised to see some areas here, maybe in western North Carolina, may have to issue a frost advisory maybe for that area, because some areas in the mountains of western North Carolina could drop down into the mid-30s. Even portions of central and northern South Carolina, you could get around the upper 30s to around 40 degrees as well coming up for Monday morning or Sunday morning. Well, yeah, Sunday morning. So just be mindful of that. Because there could be some areas, could be some patchy frost in outlying areas in portions of northern and central South Carolina. So I would not be surprised to see maybe something may have to be issued as well for portions of upstate South Carolina and western North Carolina, as well for some frost advisory. So just stay tuned. I'll keep an update on the forecast maps here as we continue to roll forward. Alright, we see gale warnings around Alaska up here. We still got that winter weather advisory, also special weather statement for central Alaska. The Hawaiian Chain Island looks a-okay. Alright, now we're going to move on to the Storm Prediction Center for today. As you can see, we got general thunderstorm for portions of Vermont, New Hampshire, also down in the portions of New York State, all the way down to portions of Washington, D.C., Northern Virginia, also around New York City, down in southeast Florida, also down in Alabama and Mississippi, and again up here around Michigan and the Great Lakes region. We have a marginal risk there as well. If you live in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Wyoming, Michigan, Kentwood, Michigan, Muskin, Michigan, and Holland, Michigan, a marginal risk for severe weather this afternoon. Probability is less than 2% all areas. Damaging winds. Let's take a look at large hail at less than 5%. The damaging winds, pretty much no area. Well, Grand Rapids, Michigan, Wyoming, Michigan, Kentwood, Michigan, Muskin, Michigan, and Holland, Michigan. 5% risk for damaging winds this afternoon. That's why they issued that marginal risk as well. Well, we'll go ahead and step through this forecast real quick, as where the general thunderstorm activity is over the next couple of days. But anyway, here's your this is your Saturday forecast. See, here's get pockets over here in portions of Colorado, also in Arizona, also some up here around the Great Lakes region, also in Ohio, back in the portion of New York State. Same for the Outer Banks of North Carolina, down in southeast Florida, all the way to New York State, all the way north there, portion of Connecticut, Boston, Massachusetts region, and also over into eastern portions of Maine for general thunderstorms. Let's take a look at day 3. This will be your Sunday outlook. Alright, you can see you got a little area over here, general thunderstorms over here in Arizona, New Mexico, down in South Florida, and a little bit up here around portion of Pennsylvania into New York State, and a little bit in northeastern Ohio for just general thunderstorm activity. Alright, well, that concludes today's video. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well. Also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, consider subscribing if you have not. And we'll catch you back in the next video. So have a wonderful, wonderful Friday afternoon, folks. Take care.